What's happening, YouTube? What's happening? Welcome back to Bathroom Chronicle, Noob's World. But before we get started, before we get the rapping, before we get the talking, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. If you want to do something big to help the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That's the best thing you can do for me to help me out. Please hit that button. All right, today we're going to be talking about the one and only, the Cincinnati Bengals. Can the Bengals run it back next year? I know it's early, but we're going to go ahead and get the rapping about it. Can they run it back? It's kind of hard to run it back. It's really, really hard, as everybody already know. If you can think back a couple years ago, the Chiefs tried to run it back, and we know what happened with those guys. And I think the Chiefs had just as much talent as that Bengals team had this year. The Bengals got a lot of talent. They have loaded with young talent. That's the key. They got young talent for a while, and they got a young, good quarterback, which is the base of what they need to lead the organization. Joe Burrow is very talented, and what makes Joe Burrow so good is he's a good decision maker. He makes decisions, quick decisions, good decisions, and he does it in the heat of the moment, and he thinks before he reacts. That's what makes a great quarterback. You can actually think fast and react, and he does excellent. He doesn't turn the ball over much. He does hold the ball a little too long and take sacks. That's one part about his game I don't like particular, but sometimes he doesn't have a choice because his line is like just, not blocking for him. But as far as the Bengals running it back, no. Won't be no running it back for them. I really don't think so. The Bengals caught a lot of people off guard this year. You got to understand. They caught a lot of people off guard. Joe Burrow was hurt the year before. They came back this year. He did fantastic. Jamar Chase was a rookie. They caught a lot of people off guard. That's what you have to understand. Jamar Chase won't catch anybody off guard next year. Joe Burrow won't catch anybody off guard this year. Those guys, everybody's going to be watching film in the offseason, all the way up until the first game, and they're going to be studying, and they're going to know what he's doing and how he's running his routes and this and that, and it's going to be 1,000 scout reports out on these guys. So, no, I don't think they're going to run it back. It's super hard to run it back. You better ask Patrick Mahomes, You better ask Tom Brady. He's done it, but you better ask Brady. You better ask a lot of guys. It takes a whole team effort to run it back. It takes key parts, and Joe Burrow doesn't have the line to run it back. He does not have the offensive line to stand up. I think he was sacked 50 times this year. 50 times. That's the most in the NFL. He pretty much was laying on his back most of the season, people. Throwing from laying on his back. Think about that, guys. Think about it. And he still made it to the Super Bowl. He still made it. But he lost. The same thing I'm telling you haunted him. Laying on his back, getting hit, haunted him in the Super Bowl. Getting knocked down, lying out, blocking, and all that stuff. But, the Bengals won't be catching anybody off guard. They will not be catching anybody off guard. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to go out on the limb right now and say I'm not sure that they're going to win the division. I'm not sure that they're going to win the division this coming up season. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Like I said, they're not going to catch anybody off guard. Nobody's going to be caught sleeping. They're going to be the team that's getting hunted this year. They're not going to be the hunters. They're going to be getting hunted by teams. People are going to be watching out for these guys, and they're going to be ready for them when they play them. Big secrets out that you guys are decent. Bengals are back in the decent, so it's going to be an interesting season. Needless to say, as far as the Rams go, can the Rams run it back? They sure hell can. Man, oh man. The Rams, they got some firepower on offense and on defense. I I don't even think the Rams came close to playing the best football they could play this year. That's the scary thing about it. These guys didn't play great football, but they won the Super Bowl. They came together, they played football, but they didn't play great football. Just imagine if they start playing great football and the camaraderie and they come together and they click as one unit, one team, and it can be scary. Those guys have so much talent on the offensive end, the weapons that they have. Odell Beckham, Cooper Kupp. I think whatchamacallit got hurt. One of the top receivers even got hurt during the season. You know, those guys, they have weapons all over the field. Defensive wise, we don't even have to say. We just know number 99. We know Von Miller. We know Jalen Ramsey. We know what these guys have defensive wise. So can they run it back? Yes, they can. You know, Sean McVay, you know, he's a good coach. Did he get lucky? Yeah, he got lucky. He's playing with the full house. He's playing with the full deck, a royal flush. If he was playing poker, he would have a royal flush in his hand. You know, he's not as good as coach as people put on. There's a lot of talent around him, and there's a lot of young, great talent around him, and it sometimes covers up for the things and the plays that he called. And he's just not as good as people think he is. You know, it's kind of like the Bulls and Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was a great coach, but we all know, come on, the Bulls had Michael, Scotty, Horace, Steve Kerr. The Bulls was loaded. So let's not act like Phil Jackson was such a great coach. You know, that he just, you know, was all this and that. But getting back on subject, getting back to the Rams, they could run it back. If I had to put money on it, I'd rather put my money on the Rams than the Bengals. That's for sure. You guys leave your comments, leave your opinions. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Tell me if you think I'm right. Tell me if you think I'm tripping. Or tell me if you think, you know, you got a better opinion than me or whatnot. Check out the channel, guys. We're going to have more great content coming real soon. Leave the comments. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know your thoughts on the sports. Let me know anything that you want to talk about. We can talk about it. You know, this is Noob's World. Y'all have a good night. Stay blessed. Stay fresh. Peace.